So stay. Stay is always fun because it is the embodiment of the 4Ds that we've been talking about in dog training. Difficulty, distance, distraction, and duration. So when you're working with stay, it's very important that you remember that you want to only increase one of those parameters every time you make it harder. So if you make your stay longer, you may need to stay closer to your dog and do it in your living room. If you're doing it on your front porch, you may need to make the stay shorter and stay very close to your dog. So when we're working on stay, we want to begin with the dog either in a sitting or in a down position. You can also do a stand stay. Gandalf is very nicely going to put himself in a down position where I think he's at a good camera angle, so we're going to work with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand right in front of my dog, and I'm going to tell him to stay, and then I'm going to use body language to keep him there. So traditional hand signal for stay is just an outstretched palm. You do not need this. Gandalf. Sit. Stay. Free. So I just gave Gandalf a release word, free. We use a release word because stay is basically asking our dogs not to move. And that is it's a very difficult concept. And you've heard the trainers say over and over that we're trying to teach our dog what to do instead of what not to do. So what I'm trying to do is I'm telling Gandalf, stay until I say the magic word. Sit. All right, we'll do down. Stay. Free. Gandalf. If your dog is having a hard time with even just staying put while you take one step back and come forward. Gandalf, sit. Hey. Sit. Good. Yep, sit. Oh, we're going to go down. He's done sitting for the night. Stay. And then you just want to lean away, come back, free. Once your dog has the idea, fun things that you can do. Gandalf. Sit. Gandalf. Sit. Sit. Good. Stay. Free. So that walking back around your dog is, first you go back to your dog, go to the end of your leash, go back to your dog. Then the next escalation is go one step to the side of your dog. Then go 2 steps to the side of your dog. Then go to the other side of your dog and build up side to side until you can make it all the way around. Your dog will try to follow you with their head. Your dog will try to spin their butt around, right? They will do all sorts of things, but you may need to break this up into many little pieces depending on your dog. Gandalf, sit. What I want you to get used to doing, stay, is going back to your dog, free, and waiting until you let them go. Because what happens is your dog is learning how to predict what is happening. So if I do this, Gandalf, sit, stay, and walk back halfway, and then walk back, and come all the way up, and then do this, free. That's called proofing. That means when I can do that, that means that he understands that his job is really just to sit there and stay until I give him the magic word, and his magic word is free. What often happens is we get too enamored with telling our dog to stay, going to the other side of the room, and then telling them to come. That's a great recall exercise. If your dog will stay and go, you can go back to them, and then your dog will stay and you can call them to come to you. I want you to practice that 50% of the time. So 50 times you go back to your dog, 50% of the time you go and call them to you. Because what will happen is, Gandalf, sit. Sit. Are you done with sitting? Sit. Will you do it for chicken? Chicken? Sit. Very good. Stay. I've been working with Gandalf on me coming back to him, so now let's see what he does if I tell him to come. Gandalf, come. He broke his stay, right? So that means he was unclear on what I was asking him to do. So let's set him up again. So when your dog breaks their stay, we're just going to set them up again. Gandalf. Back where they were. Come. Sit. Stay. Gandalf, come. And then we're going to grab the collar or the harness and reward at the same time. Our dogs are predictive. So if I'm always calling him to come after a stay, eventually he will only come after a stay. He won't wait for me to go back to him. And you want to have both. It's important for the training.